This is part two of the information. Does it matter if I'm a Jew? Okay, now I want to go into more information and more scriptures to prove to all the you know the Americans, the Black Americans, the Latinos, all the tribes. We are the people of the Bible. We are the Hebrews. Okay, it does matter, because if it didn't, again, these images that they put up as so-called Christ wouldn't be up, and they wouldn't lie and tell you that you're a Gentile, and they wouldn't lie and put up a people in Israel today. They call themselves Israelis. So if it didn't matter, a lot of things wouldn't happen. Okay. Let's go to Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 says, These 12 Christ sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's what we're supposed to do. Go to the lost sheep to let them know, hey, do you know that you are the people of the Bible that's written of in Deuteronomy 28? There's nothing wrong with that. To let our people know, and all the other Israelites, not just blacks. Let me clear that up. Not just black people, or Negroes. We have different people that don't even know who they are. A lot of the other tribes of Israel, they deal with the Rastafarian doctrine, Egyptology, Catholicism. We fall for a lot of subtlety of Satan. That's what this is. This is not something that we're used to hearing, especially a fellow brother and other Israelites, the other brothers that know who they are. We're not used to hearing this information. We think it's false or a lie. This is called self-hatred. We are taught individualism. We're not used to someone on the same level or lower in certain classes that they had telling them anything. All right. So we really have to really pay attention, all right, to details when it comes to the Bible. Let's go to Amos 9:9 to show you that in Matthew chapter 10 that we are the scattered, lost sheep. Amos 9:9 says, For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So it's telling you here that we will be sifted like a sieve among all nations. Among all nations. It didn't say half the nations, all. Okay, so that's why we have, you have Israelites everywhere. We're all scattered, and we don't know who we are because we went to these different nations. If somebody split my family up and my kids grow up in another part of the land and they were babies, they're not going to know who I am. And someone come around with a doctrine and lie or and say, well, this was your father right here, and they put up an image, you're going to believe it. That's what happened to us. But what happened is this Bible is a treasure. The information is given, it's starting to be revealed to the true worshipers, the true believers. Let's go to Romans chapter 1. And you know, basically, you know, again, it does matter. If it didn't, again, we wouldn't be called Gentiles. Let's go to Romans chapter 1, verse 16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first and also to the Greek. To the Jew first, then to the Gentiles. All right. It matters. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 11. Start the 13th verse. For such are apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. Now, how do they do this? Who am I talking to? The Roman Catholic Church. They transform themselves. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. This is the Pope's son, Caesar Borgia. Look at the image very closely, and let me just think if he didn't have a hat. Let me see if I can. Look at these two images. Pay attention. It's the same person. That's the Pope's son. Okay? That is your blueprint of all the other images of Christ. So if it didn't matter, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't go through all that extreme measures to put up an image that they know is different from the image which is in Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. That's what we are supposed to go by. You shouldn't even put up a black Christ. That's breaking the command. For whosoever shall, James says, in James it says, for whosoever shall obey the whole law, yet offend at one point, is guilty of all. So just because you obey all the laws and you still murdering, you still going to get punished. All sins are the same. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 49, verse 6. Isaiah chapter 49, verse 6. And people say it doesn't matter, but it's right here in the scriptures to tell you that it matters. But a lot of us don't go into the Old Testament. Isaiah 49 and 6 says, and he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant. When it says light, it's talking about a brightness. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserve of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Be ye perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect, which means Christ was perfect. Be perfect. We are supposed to follow the footsteps of Christ. And we're supposed to raise up the tribes of Jacob. Raise up the tribes of Jacob. That's in Isaiah 49, verse 6. And the next time someone asks me, or someone tells me, well, what does it matter? They ask me that question. I'm going to 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22 through 24. Flee also useful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. But foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strife. And the servants of the Lord must not strive, but the gentle unto all men, but be gentle unto all men, to teach and be patient. So of course I'm gonna be patient. That's why I'm putting this video up. And those who don't know who they are or kind of believe, replay this, look at the scriptures, and eventually you'll see. Okay? This is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Love you all. Peace.